the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a number of drug arrests, including in Deer Isle, where an arsenal of guns was also seized.
Plus, Governor Mills says millions of dollars will help communities deal with climate change while creating lots of new jobs.
And it looks like an economic crisis is avoided as lawmakers take action to prevent a rail strike.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for tuning in this morning. We'll have those stories coming up, but first we're going to check out the forecast. A lot calmer today than it was yesterday at this time. Looks like a fairly nice day ahead before we get back into the rain tomorrow.
I know.
Yeah.
It'll get it out of its system
Hopefully, right?
Yeah, maybe a nice Sunday. But Devin Biggs has the details.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We have more alerts that have been issued, though. We have gale watches up until Sunday at around 1 a.m. and high wind watches in effect until 7 p.m. on Saturday. More gusty winds will be on the way with another system that will begin to approach, especially for the daytime tomorrow. But for now, we're quiet out there, and today will be a quiet day and a calm day as well. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky, so a mixture of clouds and sun in general. Giving you the bigger picture, though, we're looking pretty good. We have a little bit of activity off toward the north and west, but again, for us today, we're looking pretty good. Tonight will be fine as more clouds are beginning to move in. It's tomorrow when the rain begins to move in along with some gusty winds. So a partly cloudy sky on the way for us today, but we have more clouds on the way later on tonight, and especially as we head towards the daytime tomorrow as our system begins to move in. So we will have to watch out for some wind from time to time, too. They'll be out of the south, especially for tomorrow, and increasing throughout the day. Look at the pressure gradient here. Some gusty winds up to 20 to even 30 miles per hour at times. Sustained winds up to 15 miles per hour in some spots cannot be ruled out. So for today, though, upper 30s, partly cloudy with that south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 20s, mostly cloudy. Rising temperatures overnight as well, so this low temperature will be hit early. That south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, lower 50s. Rain likely to be heavy at times, while the south breeze getting up to about 35 miles per hour. And your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a mixture of clouds and sun. Temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, in today's news, an investigation into illegal night hunting led to a substantial drug arrest in Hancock County. A Deer Isle man and his girlfriend are facing a slew of charges following an investigation that began in early November. Officials say that's when 42-year-old Dexter Bray of Deer Isle was found with fentanyl and thousands in cash while being checked out for illegal night hunting. Maine drug agents ended up getting a search warrant for his home on Wednesday. And as a result of that raid, Bray and 42-year-old Heather Davis were both arrested and charged with aggravated trafficking in fentanyl. During a search of the couple's home, police found 23 grams of fentanyl, 6 grams of crack cocaine, and over $16,000 in suspected drug proceeds. They also seized 46 guns. At last report, Bray and Davis were being held in the Hancock County Jail without bail.
A third person has now been arrested in connection with a Penobscot County drug trafficking investigation. 25-year-old Dylan Ireland is charged with aggravated drug trafficking. On Thursday, Maine drug enforcement agents seized an additional 482 grams of fentanyl from a Newport motel. 2 other people were arrested at the Maple Ridge Mobile Home Park in Corinna on Tuesday. Ireland's bail has been set at $10,000 cash.
Maine State Police were called to the scene of a crash in Belgrade Thursday morning involving a car and railroad equipment. It all happened on Route 27 in front of Hammond Lumber Company. A car driven by 83-year-old William Bachman of Smithfield was traveling south when he collided with a machine called a railroad tamper. As you can see from the pictures, the car sustained serious damage. Bachman was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the tamper, 19-year-old Bryce Willett, suffered minor injuries. The cause of the crash is still under investigation.
A Presque Isle man has died at the Maine State Prison in Warren. A spokesperson for the Maine Department of Corrections tell us that Robert Carney, age 59, died around 7:20 p.m. on Wednesday. The Maine Attorney General's office and the State Medical Examiner's office were called in as a standard procedure for deaths within the state prison system. Carney had been incarcerated since August of 2021 and was serving 20 years, with all but 8 years suspended for aggravated trafficking.
At the Maine Climate Council meeting at Colby College, Governor Janet Mills announced new climate investments that will help protect Maine communities and creating good-paying, clean energy jobs at the same time. Matthew Juronsik has more on the story.
We will be the generation that protects this precious place we call home so that future generations may live in a Maine that is as beautiful and bountiful as it is today.
On the second anniversary of Maine Won't Wait, which is the name of the state's climate action plan, Governor Janet Mills set forth more than $6 million to help make Maine a clean state.
First, I'm investing an additional $2.9 million for 91 Maine communities to benefit from our Community Resilience Partnership. Secondly, I'm investing another $2.5 million from my Maine Jobs and Recovery Plan in workforce grants to 9 organizations in Maine as part of our Clean Energy Partnership.
According to Maine Climate Council co-chair Hannah Pingree, she says the 4-year plan has goals that are far-reaching into the future with the intention of reducing emissions and to help combat climate change.
The plan has sparked all kind of action all over Maine. So everything from a record number of heat pump deployments, energy efficiency, weatherization. Obviously there's a lot of work to do to prepare Maine for the kinds of changes we're seeing, but it's very heartening to see so much action happening across the state.
And even in the midst of planning for a clean future, Efficiency Maine Trust Executive Director Michael Stoddard says these investments may not show their effects immediately.
It's going to be a tough winter. I think everyone should prepare themselves for the fact that these high energy prices are here to stay for this winter. I don't think that they will last long past this year, but we got to all do the best we can and pull together.
Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
The Maine Better Transportation Association held its 71st Maine Transportation Conference in Augusta. More than 700 transportation leaders gathered in Augusta Civic Center, where members connected on the latest transportation news and shared the newest technology. This is the first time the event has been held in person since 2019 due to the pandemic. The theme of this year's conference was Where Challenges Meet Opportunities, Maine's Unique Transportation Need. Maine Department of Transportation Commissioner Bruce Van Note says it's important to highlight the significance transportation has on our everyday lives.
It's fundamental. Everything we do every day, whether you ate breakfast this morning, it came on a truck or a train. You went to work today. Most of you probably drove in some kind of personal vehicle. It just affects everybody every day. It makes a huge difference, and this is a conference to highlight that fact.
Van Note says that even though he doesn't have an idea of next year's theme, he'd like to talk about the successes of Maine's transportation industry.
Well, some good news for patients and families at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. The hospital has announced an expanded visitation schedule for the foreseeable future. Among the changes, patients will now be allowed to have 2 visitors in their rooms, even more in some cases. It's also easing restrictions during the delivery of babies and surgeries. Northern Light says they recognize the important role loved ones play in the healing process. Make sure to adhere to the safety and screening requirements and be a part of the healing that their loved one needs.
Health Equity Alliance held its annual World AIDS Day gathering last night with the hopes of encouraging compassion, honoring history, and encouraging conversation. This comes after the Ellsworth City Hall reading of the 2022 World AIDS Day proclamation. When asked about the importance of the proclamation, advocates emphasized the need to educate.
Nobody's thinking about the community living with HIV/AIDS except for on these days anymore, and so the stigma builds, the education isn't there, we're not talking about it. So to dedicate a day of the year to say, this is a day we're going to think about it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to ask people about it, is a very important thing.
There's still a fight to be fought. There's still people to be taken care of. There's still our neighbors and loved ones and friends and family that still need our compassion and our thoughtfulness. And so it's something it's so wonderful that we've made progress, but it's nothing that's gone by the wayside.
For more details, visit their website at mainehealthequity.org or on their social media.
That's so true. You don't really hear too much about it anymore. I was here back when the epidemic was, was really full. And, you have to remember that some people are still living with AIDS, still living with HIV. Thank goodness there's better treatments these days.
I know, and even though there's a treatment, it still doesn't mean it's accessible to everyone. It's extremely expensive.
And that's part of what they're doing, is trying to raise awareness and get people in touch with the services they need.
Always good to have a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Well, the time is now 6:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear about a new program that organizers hope could be a win-win for landlords and people transitioning out of homelessness.
But first, another look at that forecast. We can expect partly cloudy skies today with a high near 37 degrees. Tonight, the clouds thicken up with lows dipping down to around 29. Tomorrow, heavy rain. The winds will be gusting too. The highs near 53 degrees.
Our Medicare supplement and drug coverage is so expensive, we're barely keeping up with our bills.
My husband and I were in the same situation. So I got some help from the Senior Planning Center. They were able to show us some high-quality Medicare Advantage plans that saved us a lot of money.
The Senior Planning Center? Tell me more.
They have helpful agents all over the state. Real Mainers helping Mainers. Give them a call. The Senior Planning Center. They were there to help when it mattered most. I'm glad I called them. You'll be glad too.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
Happy holidays from all of us right here at Family Feud.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC7.
You bet your life.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas?
Kev, give me that money. This is a gift from Uncle Jeff.
Spreading sleigh loads of cheer.
I like the whole kid thing.
Look at Santa. What are you going to say? Duh.
This holiday season.
You doubled your money. Good for you.
Weekdays at 10 on ABC7.
Welcome back, everyone. Ground was broken Thursday for a new fire station in the town of Newburgh. The existing station was built by volunteers and served the town for a lot of years, but an inspector found it needed extensive repairs that would be expensive. The new fire station will be part of a municipal complex that already houses Newburgh's municipal offices. Voters approved $2.3 million for it back in June.
Senate President Troy Jackson and Speaker of the House-elect Rachel Talbot Ross have announced plans to create a new joint select committee on housing. They say it's in response to Maine's ongoing housing crisis. The new committee's limited scope will allow members to focus solely on critical housing issues around the state. Senate President Troy Jackson said, quote, "The housing crisis in this state is not a southern Maine problem or an Aroostook County problem. It's a Maine problem. Folks all across the state are struggling to find quality, affordable housing options that are close to work and are suitable for their families. It's adding to our workforce shortage and making it harder for employees to attract workers." Maine Housing reports the housing market has outpaced average household income in almost every county amid a shortage of houses for sale.
Well, meanwhile, a recount will be held Monday to determine a winner in the very close race for a seat with the Somerset County Commissioners. A candidate in the District 5 race won by just a single vote, and the recount will be held to determine who will get to serve as commissioner. The certified results show Joel Stetkis is leading the race with 1,270 votes, while Lloyd Trafton has 1,269 votes. The recount will be held Monday morning in Augusta.
Community Health and Counseling introduced a pilot program yesterday that they hope will be a win-win for both landlords and people transitioning from being homeless to new housing. With money from Maine Housing, Community Health and Counseling plans to work as a middleman between landlords that offer properties to people in transition that are already working with organizations in the community to help get them into their own rental properties.
The goal is to have some financial resources to alleviate some of the barriers that prevent some of the landlords from maybe renting to this population, individuals who are currently unhoused and unsheltered.
Hamilton says that the money can be spent in a number of ways to help bridge the gaps in the process to getting people in transition into new housing. Everything from security deposits helps to everything from security deposit help to fixing up properties so they can qualify for the program.
Very interesting. Well, the time now is 6:15. Coming up after the break, a local psychiatric hospital celebrated the holidays yesterday while bringing awareness to mental health.
Plus, we'll hear how federal money is being allocated to relieve pressure on law enforcement while also aiding mental health resources. We'll be right back with the details.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company may try to tell you that you don't need a lawyer.
Watch out. The insurance company may try to settle before you're done with all your medical treatments.
Don't trust that insurance company after your accident. You could miss out on a lot of money. Call the twos and we'll watch out for you.
Lowry & Associates watched out for me and got me $275,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the grace, strength, and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
A seemingly well-intentioned gesture related to last night's state dinner and its menu drew and a sharp response from Maine Congressman Jared Golden. The back and forth started with a tweet from CNN White House correspondent Kate Bennett, who talked about preparations for last night's state dinner, saying 200 live lobsters were shipped from Maine to the White House yesterday morning to prep the butter-poached lobster course of the night's state dinner, per Chef Comerford. Golden took aim at President Biden in response, tweeting, quote, "If the Biden White House can prioritize purchasing 200 Maine lobsters for a fancy dinner, he should also take the time to meet with Maine lobstermen his administration is currently regulating out of business," end quote. You can see below it is Maine Lobstering Union Executive Director Ginny Olson also made her voice heard and echoed Rep. Golden's sentiment, saying it's time to meet with Maine lobstermen, President Biden. We confirmed through Congressman Golden's liaison that they know of no current plans for President Biden to meet with Maine lobstermen, but Rep. Golden will continue to push for him to do so.
They're basically saying if you can eat Maine lobster at the White House during a state dinner, then you should be doing something to protect the lobstermen actually hauling it out of the sea. We'll have more on the state dinner coming up. Well, meanwhile, nearly $750,000 is going to 3 counties in Maine to help increase mental health resources and alleviate the pressure on law enforcement. Senators Angus King and Susan Collins announced the money is going to Waldo, Knox, and Cumberland counties. The funding comes from the 2022 Connect and Protect Law Enforcement Behavioral Health Response Program. There's a mouthful there. The senators say the money will enhance emergency service providers' ability to safely respond to a mental health crisis. It will also help to divert more mental health calls to the appropriate service providers.
Northern Light Acadia Hospital hosted their second annual Lights of Life holiday tree lighting yesterday. The lights cast a warm glow on the front lawn of Northern Light Acadia Hospital in Bangor. Employees gathered to enjoy music and treats in celebration of the lighting. The lights on the tree were purchased with various levels of donations to honor or remember those who have suffered mental illness, and the funds will support care provided at the hospital.
Recognizing folks with chronic illnesses in our space, but also bringing more attention to a very important illness. We saw that through COVID, obviously, the importance of managing mental illness and really getting to our younger folks in particular. So this is as much as not only recognizing those that we have lost, but also thinking about our future generations and making sure people know that we're here.
Be made at northernlighthealth.org/Acadia Lights. Members of the public can also view a full video of the tree lighting on Acadia Hospital's Facebook page, trying to brighten things up and raise awareness at the same time.
Well, the time is now 6:20.
Time to get a full look at our forecast. Looks like a pretty nice day out there. Here's Devin.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. High wind warnings are up until 7 p.m. on Saturday, high wind watches are in effect. We might see these getting upgraded to high wind warnings, but the watches are up until 7 p.m. on Saturday. We might see these getting upgraded soon, along with the gale watch, also up until Sunday at around 1 a.m. These are the watches that says, hey, be ready for this. So we might see these getting upgraded to warnings coming up soon. But moving forward, though, today we're quiet. Not much of any wind to worry about. We will have to watch out for the clouds that will begin to increase later on tonight, especially for the daytime tomorrow. Ahead of our next system now will begin to move in. Located right about here right now. So high pressure is helping us out, keeping us pretty quiet today. Just a few passing clouds. This system will begin to move in soon from the west to the east. That will give us the gusty winds and plenty of rain on the way for the daytime tomorrow. And the gusty winds. Again, today, not a big deal. In fact, pretty quiet out there overall. Maybe some winds up to 5 to 10 miles per hour, and that'll be about it. But tomorrow, things get a little interesting with some gusty winds at least through 6 a.m. Saturday, getting up to 30 miles per hour. Some higher gusts getting close to 40 miles per hour. Cannot be ruled out throughout the day for your Saturday. Wave heights will be very active as a result. They're actually pretty active now, ranging from 2 to 4 feet closer to shore, to 8 feet according to some buoys, and 11 feet farther out towards sea. So the ocean remaining active, and with another system on the way, the ocean will continue to remain active. Our average high is 39 degrees. We'll reach for the upper 30s today, lower 50s for you Saturday, back down the mid-30s for you Sunday, back up to the upper 30s Monday. The 40s make a return Tuesday and Wednesday, and also into your Thursday. Moving forward, though, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky for today. A mixture of clouds and sunshine is the general idea. Starting out relatively clear later on tonight, but more clouds moving overnight, especially for the daytime on your Saturday. By about noon, the rain gets going. Some heavy downpours cannot be ruled out as well. Along with those gusty winds, the rain will end as we head towards Saturday night. The clouds will then clear out as well, and cooler temperatures will then begin to move in as the area of low pressure begins to get out of here. How much rain can we see? Not a whole lot, though. Some areas could see up to a half an inch before we're all finished up. Maybe isolated areas of up to an inch cannot be ruled out for a few areas. So for today, upper 30s, partly cloudy, with that south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, upper 20s, mostly cloudy, some rising temperatures overnight, with that south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, lower 50s. Rain likely will be heavy at times. South wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. And here's a look at your extended forecast. So we dry out on Sunday with lots of sunshine and highs falling back to the mid-30s. We're in the upper 30s on Monday with a lot of sunshine as well. And rain moves back in again for you Tuesday. Highs in the upper 40s.
Welcome to Bennett's Gems and Jewelry in Belfast. With beautifully crafted gemstone jewelry you'll be proud to own or give as a gift. See why our longtime customers call Bennett's their favorite gift store, with an irresistible selection of genuine Maine tourmaline, fine jewelry, and gemstone giftware. Bennett's Gems also pays cash for your old gold and silver. Open till 6 every day, even Sunday. Bennett's Gems and Jewelry is on Route 1 in Belfast, next to Perry's Nut House. Look for our famous pink dinosaur and prepare to be delighted.
When outdoors, some people like it hot and some people like it cold. However, when indoors, most people like it comfortably warm. Choose a Boderas boiler from McCusick Petroleum Company to provide you with comfortable and efficient heat. They also offer sales and service on many brands of furnaces, boilers, and water heaters. McCusick Petroleum Company delivers oil and LP gas to homes and businesses throughout the Pequot region. If you'd like more information on pricing or service, call or stop by our office in Dover Foxcroft.
Ben's Auto Body specializes in collision and corrosion repair, as well as mild restoration, always using PPG paints and refinishing. If it fits in our shop, we will fix it. Located 8 miles west of Walmart, just off Route 2 in Palmyra.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
The Old Mill Pub in Skowhegan is an historic restaurant and bar overlooking the Kennebec River. Enjoy the atmosphere while dining on local handcrafted pub fare, as well as Maine beers and craft cocktails. Also offering bar and catering services.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Tonight, 2020 true crime.
No one could believe it.
Do you think he preyed on you?
He did.
He did at one point blame the devil.
2020.
That explosive secret was about to be revealed.
Tonight on ABC.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Lawmakers taking action to prevent a rail strike that threatened to upend the economy. The Senate passed a bipartisan bill forcing rail workers to abide by a deal that will keep the trains rolling. But lawmakers rejected a move to add guaranteed sick leave and the unions had been fighting for. The country dodged a bullet just as the economy is showing some encouraging signs. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has more.
This morning, an economic crisis averted.
We're going to avoid the rail strike, keep the rails running, keep things moving.
President Biden is poised to sign a bill that will prevent a major rail strike after the Senate passed a resolution requiring rail workers to accept a tentative labor agreement.
The joint resolution is passed.
The new labor deal includes a $16,000 immediate payout, with an increase in wages and benefits to $160,000, a 24% pay raise, $5,000 performance bonuses, maintaining access to health care plans, and an additional day of paid personal leave.
What was negotiated was so much better than anything they ever had.
But for leaders of at least 4 major unions, that agreement still falls short.
I don't have paid sick leave.
The deal only includes a single day of paid sick leave for workers. An effort to secure 7 days of leave was voted down in the Senate on Thursday. It is the first time in decades that Congress has used its powers to intervene and stop a strike, but the consequences could have been crippling for businesses as we head into the holidays. It comes as we see positive new signs in the economy. Gas prices are falling across the country, now the lowest since before Russia invaded Ukraine in February. AAA reporting the national average for unleaded gas now at $3.47 per gallon. That's down about 12 cents in the last week. Gas Buddy predicts prices could fall below $3 per gallon by Christmas.
This is putting real money back into people's pockets. A few reasons for this. One is we're not driving as much because the busy summer driving season is behind us. Lots of refineries here that were offline because of maintenance and repairs are back up to speed.
And the November jobs report that is out today will provide a snapshot of the market, which is expected to show slow but strong growth.
The first state dinner of the Biden administration was held last night. While the lavish affair is a symbol of the U.S. and French relationship, the two presidents also had a lot of thorny issues to discuss. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has the story from Washington.
Dinner and diplomacy. The Bidens hosting their very first state visit, welcoming French President Emmanuel Macron and the First Lady to the White House. While the evening was glitz, celebrities, and smiles, earlier the two presidents discussed how the two countries can work together to aid Ukraine against Russia.
President Macron and I have resolved that we're going to continue working together to hold Russia accountable for their actions and to mitigate the global impacts of Putin's war on the rest of the world.
President Macron says he is planning to speak to Russian President Putin soon. But for President Biden,
I'm prepared to speak with Mr. Putin if, in fact, there is an interest in him deciding he's looking for a way to end the war. He hasn't done that yet.
The news conference also showed where they disagree. President Macron expressed concern about recent spending bills pushed by President Biden that have clean energy initiatives that prioritize American-made technology over European.
We're back in business. Europe is back in business. And we're going to continue to create manufacturing jobs in America, but not at the expense of Europe.
It seems kind of hollow to me that he would be angered that the U.S. government was pursuing policies to create jobs at home and not in France.
President Biden said he is open to tweaks on the legislation that favors American technology and that it was never meant to exclude European manufacturers. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Meanwhile, the Food and Drug Administration might end a blanket ban on blood donations from gay and bisexual men. Current federal rules prevent blood banks from accepting blood donations from gay men who have been sexually active within the last 3 months. The agency says it is considering a new approach. It says it will likely support a switch to individual risk assessments. Under the new plan, gay men would have to fill out a questionnaire. The changes come amid blood shortages and continued calls against overly broad guidelines.
Drug enforcement officials raising concern, saying the fentanyl crisis in the Phoenix area is still on the rise and is possibly getting worse. Fox's Stephanie Bennett spoke with a DEA agent about the crisis and how cartels are using Arizona as a gateway to get drugs to the rest of the country.
They use pills because they're deceptive, because they seem so innocent.
A flood of fentanyl is wreaking havoc in our communities.
6 out of every 10 pills has a lethal dose. That is an incredibly dangerous number.
The pills are largely produced by the Sinaloa cartels in Mexico, who come up through Arizona, use clandestine labs, and then distribute throughout the rest of the country.
The Sinaloa cartel is primarily using Arizona as a gateway to the rest of the United States. We can link cases here in Arizona, seizures that we've made, to every state in the United States. So we are really the head of the snake.
Cartels make the fake pills to look like OxyContin, Percocet, Vicodin, Xanax, Adderall, and sometimes Advil, just to name a few. They come in all shapes and colors. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is highly addictive, 50 times more potent than heroin and 100 times more potent than morphine. The DEA says that creates return customers and a huge demand for supply. These clandestine labs are not regulated, and often these pills get mixed or overloaded with a lethal dosage of fentanyl.
When we talk about one pill can kill, it really is one pill, one time. There is no experimentation. There is no trying it. You don't get a second chance.
In 2021, the DEA seized more than 20.4 million fake prescription pills. Earlier this year, they conducted a nationwide operation to target fentanyl-laced pills, and in just over 3 months, they got 10.2 million fake pills. And getting these pills, unfortunately, is easier than ever.
If you are on any social media app, the cartels can get to you. And they are clever in their marketing. And again, these pills seem so innocent, and they're not.
That was Stephanie Bennett reporting.
Meanwhile, China is making a change just days away from massive protests, or after massive protests erupted. Residents in Beijing and Shanghai expressed relief today as testing requirements and quarantine rules were gradually eased off in some Chinese cities. One Beijing resident told Reuters that he felt the people's voices were finally being heard. The policy shift comes after anger over the world's toughest restrictions-fueled protests. China is also set to announce an easing of its COVID quarantine rules in the coming days and a reduction in mass testing, even as cases nationwide remain near record highs.
Still much more to come on the second half of our show. We'll have your full weather forecast and daily fun facts.
We'll be right back after this.
Rennie's, a main adventure.
Hey, do you want some great gift ideas this Christmas season?
Why, yes. Yes, I do.
Well, we got them at Rennie's. Lots of smart wool socks for the entire family. These are my favorite. We got PJ pants and sets. We got slippers. We got bear paw, Sorel. Get to Rennie's.
Oh, and all at Rennie's best prices?
Always at the best prices.
Thank you for shopping locally.
Rennie's, a main adventure.
Do you have leaky pipes? Are you planning a plumbing job? Is your heating system working right? Are you designing a plumbing project? Then contact Harley's Plumbing and Heating Plus.
If your toilet will not flush, Harley will be there in a rush. Furnace bit the dust today. Harley crew is on the way. Harley Plumbing, Harley Heating. 990-2200.
Call now.
Harley!
Call or visit online.
Happy holidays from Osborne's Plumbing and Heating in Bucksport and Ellsworth, featuring boiler and furnace replacement, gas or oil. Happy holidays from Natural Living Center, featuring a huge selection of natural and organic groceries, health and beauty supplies, and much more. Merry Christmas to all from the crew at Guilford Hardware, 66 Water Street, Guilford.
This week on Wheel, Quincy's representing his college.
I made a 4.0 last semester.
And his parents.
They're both educators, and they had a little tussle about who gave me the skills to be here.
Fonzie's got a sixth sense.
I'm psychic. What am I thinking right now, Fonzie? That I'm crazy.
He's psychic! Lulu's mama loves Pat.
She said Pat was probably a really cute baby.
And everyone loves Wheel.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Friday, December 2nd, 2022. Today is also National Bartender Appreciation Day. So if you go out tonight, remember the best way to show appreciation for your service workers is by tipping graciously. I always believe in giving them a good tip, especially when you get good service.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's hard that that's the system. I know that's not the system throughout the world, but it really shows that you appreciate it.
Right. And a lot of these people don't make a lot of money either, unless they're living on tips. So.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I know. When I served, I got $5.50 an hour.
Really?
Yeah. That's how it goes.
There you go.
Yep.
Go ahead, take it away.
On this day in history, in 1970, the Environmental Protection Agency began in the U.S. And in 1972, this one's interesting. I Googled a picture of this.
Yeah.
In 1972, the largest sinkhole in the U.S., called the December Giant, collapsed in Alabama.
And in 2014, Stephen Hawking claims that artificial intelligence could be a threat to mankind and spell the end of the human race. He's talking Terminator kind of stuff there.
I believe him. It scares me.
Yeah, it scares me a little bit too.
I don't want too advanced AI stuff.
Yep, we're seeing
Neuralink,
more and more of it too.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Elon Musk's brain chips. No,
yeah.
I don't like it.
I like technology, but some of it just scares
me.
The Jesus out of me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, today's birthdays. Go ahead. I don't know who a lot of these people are. Well, I guess I know some of them.
You know
anyway.
Britney Spears.
Yeah,
it's
course.
Britney Spears' birthday.
Yeah.
Britney Spears is 40. She looks good. And Nelly Furtado is 43. Kind of the same era. Kind of early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yep. Actress Lucy Liu is 53. She also looks great. And rapper Action Bronson is 38. He also has a cooking show with an expletive in it, and I won't say it.
But it's probably a good idea.
It's a good.
Yeah.
it's a good cooking show.
Yeah, he's the only one. It's a he, I guess.
Yeah,
he's the only one I don't know.
He's a rapper. And I've been to a concert in Portland.
Yeah.
He's cool. He doesn't do stuff anymore though. He just had a baby.
You know, when I was younger, I was certain I was going to stay up on the times with all the music throughout time. Because my parents didn't listen to what I listened to.
I don't stay up on the times. It's hard.
Yeah, I give up.
Yeah.
Right. Some of it's just not really my thing either.
And everything changes so quickly.
Yeah, it sure does.
Right. As soon as you think you have it down, the next day, no.
Yep.
You don't have the latest technological advancements or the latest new fad. No, there's something new every day.
Speaking of change, change in the weather. Yesterday was quite messy. Today is going to be a much different story. We can expect some calmer skies out there today before we get back into the rain tomorrow. But again, the good news is or depending on how you look at it, the Bangor Festival of Lights Parade will still go on as planned tomorrow. It shouldn't be too bad. Just dress accordingly and, we'll get out there and enjoy. The good thing is it's going to be around in the 50s tomorrow.
We'll find a new meaning to raining on the parade.
There you go.
You can still have fun when the parade gets rained on.
Yeah. Let's check in with Devin for our forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We have more alerts that have been issued, though. We have gale watches up until Sunday at around 1 a.m. and high wind watches in effect until 7 p.m. on Saturday. More gusty winds will be on the way with another system that will begin to approach, especially for the daytime tomorrow. But for now, we're quiet out there, and today will be a quiet day and a calm day as well. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky, so a mixture of clouds and sun in general. Giving you the bigger picture, though, we're looking pretty good. We have a little bit of activity off toward the north and west, but again, for us today, we're looking pretty good. Tonight will be fine as more clouds beginning to move in. It's tomorrow when the rain begins to move in along with some gusty winds. So a partly cloudy sky on the way for us today, but we have more clouds on the way later on tonight, and especially as we head towards the daytime tomorrow as our system begins to move in. So we will have to watch out for some wind from time to time, too. They'll be out of the south, especially for tomorrow, and increasing throughout the day. Look at the pressure gradient here. Some gusty winds up to 20 to even 30 miles per hour at times. Sustained winds up to 15 miles per hour in some spots cannot be ruled out. So for today, though, upper 30s, partly cloudy with that south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 20s, mostly cloudy. Rising temperatures overnight as well, so this low temperature will be hit early. That south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, lower 50s, rain likely to be heavy at times, while the south breeze getting up to about 35 miles per hour. And your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a mixture of clouds and sun, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Well, do you think mayo can be used in eggnog?
Well, I know it can because we're going to read a story about it, but should it be?
Hellman's thinks so. I don't know
Hellman's
if you're-
wants you to put mayonnaise on everything, though. Hot dogs.
You know how we say, oh, slow news day when we put stuff like this in the show?
Yeah.
They had a slow marketing day. I imagine the round table thinking about this.
Oh,
and
look
it's
at that.
It's just
There you
nothing.
go.
That's disgusting. Well, you got to keep scrolling, Craig.
Oh, sorry.
The mayonnaise company is partnered with mixologist Cody Goldstein to create the frozen mayo nog, along with the snickerdoodle mayo cookie. The cocktail and dessert is inspired by the traditional milk and cookies holiday tradition. You can find a recipe for the Hellman's eggnog on the mixologist's Instagram page called Muddling Memories.
Or you cannot and just forget about it.
Yeah.
That ever happened.
Or
I never
just
saw that.
Put some rum in your eggnog like a normal person and go get on with your day.
There you go. All right,
Well-
let's tell them about some fun things coming up.
Yes. Let's take a look at the community calendar. So, starting today, Friday, Valley of Trees Festival, 3 p.m. at the Newport Rec Center. Over 40 trees. Decorated by local businesses. Admission is $2. Tickets for a chance to win a tree are 50 cents each. Peter and the Starcatcher. We had 2 people on the show the other day about this play at the Penobscot Theatre Company that premiered yesterday. It's also on tonight at 7 p.m. in Bangor. Pottery Ornament Workshop, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. today at the Durden Center in Brewer. All skill levels are welcome for this earthenware clay class. How the Grinch Stole Christmas at 4 p.m. at the Strand Cinema in Skowhegan. Spotlight Cinemas at the Strand is hosting 2 free showings, yeah, I said free, of The Grinch on Friday and Saturday. Friday is today, obviously. And holiday tree lighting, 5 p.m. at the Post Office Square in Belfast. The tree will be lit at 5:30. Santa and Mrs. Claus will also make an appearance, so make sure to show up early. Frogtown Puppeteers The Grinch, 6 p.m. at the Grand Ellsworth tonight. General admission is $8 for adults and $8 for students. So this is for everybody, not just kids. And Improv Me Festival at Bangor Arts Exchange tonight. That is tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Millinocket Marathon and a half at 10 a.m. Make sure to show up early for registration. Veterans Memorial Park is where it starts. It's a legendary free race intended to aid local businesses in the area. If you run, though, make sure to support local businesses before or after the race. Early bird sale, 6 a.m. in downtown Belfast. Best deals for the earliest birds. And the iconic, in my opinion, John Baptist Holiday Craft Fair tomorrow at 9 a.m. in Bangor. It's quite packed in there, so make sure to slow down and look at everything. In the town of Lincoln, tomorrow, plenty of holiday events from 8 to 6. All-day holiday events beginning with breakfast with Santa at 8 a.m., then a wreath laying at the Veterans Memorial Festival, and the Festival of Lights Parade at 5 p.m. Make sure to check in on their website to see if it's still going on. I know it's going to be rainy. Breakfast with Santa and Craft Fair tomorrow at the Enfield Station Elementary School from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Breakfast is 8 to 10, but the craft fair is from 8 to 1. Breakfast is $5 per person. Sports, collectibles, and memorabilia show 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Bangor Elks Club tomorrow. It's free admission. There's 85 dealer tables, 2 rooms, all sorts of stuff. Christmas craft fair tomorrow at 10 a.m. going till 4 p.m. at 241 Main Street in Old Town. Craft fair in a local business. Skowhegan horse and carriage rides. There's a lot of stuff going on in Skowhegan tomorrow. The carriage ride specifically, though, at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and this is on the Deb River Trail. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. And book reading and photos with Santa tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the Camden Snow Bowl. Santa himself will read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." And Ye Old Holiday Shop tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the Page Farm and Home Museum in Orono. This is another one I personally love. It's in a historic farm. So, all sorts of holiday stuff going on this weekend.
Very neat. Yeah, we haven't heard too much about the Millinocket Marathon, but that thing is getting huge every year. Such an important thing for the Millinocket region, too.
It is great. I know.
Yeah.
Last year a friend of mine did it, and it was cold.
Really?
So,
yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like, if I run, not very often, I do kind of like running in the rain, so... Yeah. I don't know.
Some people will like that.
Yeah,
I only run if I'm getting chased by a bear or something like that.
Or a turkey.
Or a turkey.
Have you ever been chased by a turkey?
I've actually been chased by a really mean guinea hen before.
I've been chased.
Those things are mean.
That's even scarier.
You gotta watch out for those.
Yeah, I've been chased by a turkey.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how we got here,
chicken.
but sports is next on the same grain.
Yeah, we'll be back with sports and more right after this.
Hometown Health Center in Newport and Dexter wishes you the happiest of holidays. Come see us and have a healthy new year. Get your hearing aids at Dover Audiology in Dover Foxcroft. Better hearing brings us closer to the joys of the holidays.
Happy holidays from Berg Activewear. See us for screen printing and embroidery for your team's, club, or gift giving. Visit bergactivewear.com.
ABC7, Fox 22, and Next Home Experience are presenting an opportunity for you to win free money. $15,000 could be yours. For more info and to register to win this national sweepstakes, go to our website, foxbangor.com. Drawing will be held on December the 12th. Brought to you by Next Home Experience. Looking to sell your house this holiday season? Buyers are looking to buy your home. Contact the Next Home and get looped and get sold today.
This week on Jeopardy!
If you're tuning in hoping to see a great champion on an incredible streak, well, you're in luck.
Our 15-game champ.
He has runaways in 13 of his first 15 games.
Has been dominating.
He's responded correctly to 32 of the 35 daily doubles he's landed on so far.
With over $500,000 in winnings.
Averaging over $35,000 a game.
But will his streak be stopped?
You can take the lead against Chris. I don't say that lightly.
On Jeopardy!
All this week at 7:30, only on ABC7.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start on the hardwood. Maine women's basketball is back home on Friday, hosting a real tough Princeton team coming off of an even tougher West Coast trip. And for the Black Bears, they wouldn't have it any other way. Ryan Sudol has the story.
UMaine women's basketball is coming off a long road trip where they had games against teams like Kansas and Gonzaga. And it's not getting much easier this Friday night as they're playing a Princeton team also getting national votes.
We want to play really difficult teams to learn what we need to get better at before conference comes.
And I just think every game we're getting better and learning differently, especially since Anne's gotten injured.
The Black Bears have been without reigning America East Player of the Year Ann Simon since getting hurt against Yale November 19th.
We just adjust, people have to step up and really fulfill hardships, hard roles that Ann did.
But Coach Amy Vachon's silver lining is that this has given the team a chance to see where they stand.
I think players are learning what they can and can't do and learning what they can do best to help our team.
Help has come from players like sophomore Adriana Smith, who had double-doubles against Northeastern and Niagara. Smith says she's just learning as she goes.
I feel like just finding my confidence and knowing when to do what has been really a challenge for me, but I feel like each game it's becoming a little bit easier.
Another player stepping up is freshman Sarah Talon. The Wyndham native had her career-high 13 points against Gonzaga, and she's savoring the moment.
I've been working toward this since I was a freshman in high school. To actually be here and be playing for such a successful program, it's just such a cool experience that I'll never forget.
All in all, it's a collective effort as the Black Bears have gone 2-2 since Simon's absence. The effort will be further put to the test Friday night against a tough opponent in Princeton.
We just have to play good defense, knock down shots, and limit our turnovers.
Princeton's a very talented team. They can shoot, they defend. We have to really bring our A game.
That game Friday night against Princeton takes place right here in the pit at 7 p.m. In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Thanks for that, Ryan. A couple of guys with fresh haircuts this week. All in all, looking forward to that women's basketball game on Friday. Princeton, always a tough team for Maine, but like we said, that's how they like it. And we'll move down a level with hoop season tipping off at the high school level next week. Let's take a look at some of the significant dates for the season, kind of like a save the date type of thing. Right, here we go. December 9th is the first MPA games. That's when the season officially tips off. And on February 9th, that's when the regular season officially ends. And then the fun starts. February 14th, we have the girls' preliminary round, and on February 15th, that's when the boys prelim rounds start, and then 16th through 25th, that is the week that we all look forward to every year, the MPA basketball tournament. That comes to a close on the 25th with the state championships that following week, Class A on March 3rd, and then the rest on March 4th between Augusta, Portland, and Bangor. And I am looking forward to that. I love me some high school basketball. Let's stay with basketball now. Some news coming out of Boston on Thursday. That news being that Al Horford is going to be sticking around a little while longer. As reported by Adrian Wojnarowski and ESPN, the Celtics and forward Al Horford, or Big Al, have reached an agreement to a contract extension that keeps Horford in Boston for 2 more years at the price of $20 million. Horford was an instrumental piece to those Isaiah Thomas Celtics teams back in 2016 through 2019 when he was first with the team, and then he came back last season and helped them to the NBA Finals. They helped them get over the hump. They hadn't been there in a while, and it was his first NBA Finals ever. Horford will be a 16 and 17-year veteran during these next 2 years of his contract. Let's go over to some soccer now. A big game for Team USA on Saturday morning, broadcast right here on our Fox station. They are one of 16 teams left in contention for the World Cup, and standing in their way is the Netherlands. Team USA with a closed practice Thursday evening, but they did arrive at their hotel for the World Cup earlier in the day. Big celebration there. They got in with a 1-0 win over Iran on Tuesday afternoon, with Christian Pulisic scoring the game-winning goal, unfortunately going down with a pelvic contusion. He had to be taken to the hospital after that. So Thursday was his first time talking to reporters, and there was a little confusion as to what a pelvic contusion actually is.
I didn't get hit in the balls, but it's not like I'm all right. I'm all right. It was very painful, and it just, that bone is there for a reason to protect you, I think, and I hit it well. I'm taking it day by day right now, but doing everything in my power to be able to be out there on the field on Saturday.
Looking forward to that match Saturday morning. I'm sure the whole country is. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Let your creativity run free at the Creative Arts Center, where we offer fun and affordable activities for all ages. Birthday parties, pottery wheel classes, painting lessons, or just for the fun of it. Get fired up for glazing projects as well as acrylics. We offer a wide selection of ceramic products for you to choose from, and we have thousands of pieces ready to paint. We are a Paragon kiln dealer and a Laguna Clay distributor. Stop by the Creative Arts Center today, located just off the Joshua Chamberlain Bridge in Brewer. The Creative Arts Center, where your only limitation is your imagination.
Wings, Wings, Wings is hiring, hiring, hiring.
Come work at Wings, Wings, Wings.
Wings is #1.
Wings does case management.
Bring hope to families by working at Wings, Wings, Wings.
I work at Wings.
I work at Wings.
Come work at Wings.
Wings, Wings, Wings. Ranked one of the best places to work in Maine for the last 5 years in a row.
He kicked in for a car when they were married.
Did you put down a down payment?
Yes, ma'am.
How much?
$3,000.
Then bailed her out after they split.
Because they were going to repossess it.
I paid the $1,700 to get the car.
You had the car 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
How much did you pay it off for?
$10,379.30.
But his ex drives a hard bargain.
You have the car back.
Yes.
Next, Judge Judy.
Friday at 5, only on ABC7.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we're going to check out the weather one more time. Today looking not so bad. Tomorrow, kind of a messy. There's a lot going on, though, so I don't think it's going to keep people too much from going to the various parades and things like that. You just have to prepare and get ready for the conditions.
Absolutely. Yeah. Devin Biggs has the forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. High wind warnings are up until 7 p.m. on Saturday, high wind watches are in effect. We might see these getting upgraded to high wind warnings, but the watches are up until 7 p.m. on Saturday. We might see these getting upgraded soon, along with the gale watch, also up until Sunday at around 1 a.m. These are the watches that says, hey, be ready for this, so we might see these getting upgraded to warnings coming up soon. But moving forward, though, today we're quiet. Not much of any wind to worry about. We will have to watch out for the clouds that will begin to increase later on tonight, and especially for the daytime tomorrow. Ahead of our next system now will begin to move in. Located right about here right now. So high pressure is helping us out, keeping us pretty quiet today. Just a few passing clouds. This system will begin to move in soon from the west to the east. That'll give us the gusty winds and plenty of rain on the way for the daytime tomorrow. And the gusty winds. Again, today, not a big deal. In fact, pretty quiet out there overall. Maybe some winds up to 5 to 10 miles per hour, and that'll be about it. But tomorrow, things get a little interesting with some gusty gusty winds at least through 6 a.m. Saturday, getting up to 30 miles per hour. Some higher gusts getting close to 40 miles per hour. Cannot be ruled out throughout the day for your Saturday. Wave heights will be very active as a result. They're actually pretty active now, ranging from 2 to 4 feet closer to shore, to 8 feet according to some buoys, and 11 feet farther out towards sea. So the ocean remaining active, and with another system on the way, the ocean will continue to remain active. Our average high is 39 degrees. We'll reach for the upper 30s today, lower 50s for you Saturday, back down the mid-30s for you Sunday, back up to the upper 30s Monday. The 40s make a return Tuesday and Wednesday, and also into your Thursday. Moving forward, though, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky for today. A mixture of clouds and sunshine is the general idea. Starting out relatively clear later on tonight, but more clouds moving overnight, especially for the daytime on your Saturday. By about noon, the rain gets going. Some heavy downpours cannot be ruled out as well, along with those gusty winds. The rain will end as we head towards Saturday night. The clouds will then clear out as well, and cooler temperatures will then begin to move in as the area of low pressure begins to get out of here. How much rain can we see? Not a whole lot, though. Some areas could see up to a half an inch before we're all finished up. Maybe isolated areas of up to an inch cannot be ruled out for a few areas. So for today, upper 30s, partly cloudy with that south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, upper 20s, mostly cloudy, some rising temperatures overnight. With that south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, lower 50s, rain likely. It'll be heavy at times. South wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. And here's a look at your extended forecast. So we dry out on Sunday with lots of sunshine and highs falling back to the mid-30s. We're in the upper 30s on Monday with a lot of sunshine as well. And rain moves back in again for you Tuesday. Highs in the upper 40s.
Dear LL Bean, I'm back home for the holidays, wearing my favorite LL Bean flannel. That's Carol and Jim, the Flair fanatics, and Uncle Fred, the funny man. And Pam, I've missed her punch. That's Lucy. And this, whoa, is everything. LL Bean, be an outsider.
I'm Phil Levesque, president of Levesque Business Solutions. We're a family-owned Maine business since 1963. We're your one-stop shop for great office products at affordable rates. From copiers to office furniture to PPE, we've got it all warehoused right here in Bangor. We're your local small Maine business with a dedicated staff providing honest and friendly customer service, top-of-the-line tech support, and the option of in-house leasing. Let us help you get back to business.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
I've got all my Christmas shopping done already.
What? How'd you do that so fast?
Well, a Rennie's gift card makes the perfect gift.
You got it for the whole family?
Everybody.
Well, who's this one for?
That's for John.
And this one?
That's Bob.
And this one?
Julie.
Right. And this one?
Marcy.
What about this one?
That's the guy who plows my driveway.
And what about this one?
That's for Sue.
Thank you for shopping locally.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Ma'am, stop the car.
He said to drive or he'd kill me.
Is that a bomb?
We need to disarm the bomb.
You don't have to do this. Yes, I do.
The Rookie 2-hour winter finale, Sunday at a special time, 9/8 Central on ABC.
When Rowell's Garage in Dover Foxcroft wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance.
Finally this hour, New York City rats should count their final days. A new rat czar may be coming to town. Mayor Eric Adams' administration is looking for a somewhat bloodthirsty leader in the city's crusade against rats. That's a quote. The rat czar will have to come up with effective ways to control the city's increasingly visible rodent population. Possibilities include better trash management to waging, quote, wholesale slaughter. The position, officially called the citywide director of rodent mitigation, pays like $170,000 a year. Have a great day, folks.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Have both Medicare and Medicaid? Now's the time to explore your options and choose the coverage that's right for you. Choose a plan that offers you more benefits at no additional cost. Millions of members turn to WellCare for benefits and services that go beyond basic Medicare and help them lead better, healthier lives. Choose a plan with zero or low monthly premiums, co-pays, and deductibles. And with WellCare, you don't just pay less, you get more. More dental with comprehensive coverage, including dentures and crowns. More vision and hearing with an eyewear allowance and hearing aids. Plus prescription drug coverage with $0 preferred generics and free home delivery. Call us at 1-877-267-8416 to speak to a friendly licensed representative and request a free all-in-one guide. There's no obligation. We're here to help you review your options to see if a WellCare plan is the right decision for you. WellCare has a large network of quality